The autumn wind is a quitter. Antonio Brown doesn't even put on a Raiders uniform and even get in one single game. The Raiders give, I think, a third and a fifth round pick for this guy and offer him $50 million, and the guy doesn't even step 1 foot on the field during a regular season game. He was barely even a factor in camp, preseason, anything, almost like he wasn't even there. You know, talent is so euphoric. And Antonio Brown literally used Mike Mayock, Mark Davis, the Raiders organization, and John Gruden as his little puppets. Dance, Raider puppets, dance, because that's what Antonio Brown's had you doing for the past 4 or 5 months. You gave him a chance to apologize, and yesterday was so funny to see Gruden come out with that little shit-eating grin on his face. Well, Antonio Brown's had time to think about it, and he's going to be playing Monday night. And now, all of a sudden, again, your dreams are just spiraling down the drain. And I called this yesterday. I'm really upset about this because I said I wanted the Raiders to sign Brown. I want you to sign Brown. I want you to give him that $30 million because I knew that something was going to come up and it didn't even take 12 hours. It didn't even take 12 hours. I mean, it's gotten so bad for the Oakland Raiders, they are redefining the term rock bottom every 12 hours. I mean, just last night, Antonio Brown, without John Gruden's knowledge or permission, ignores the California wiretapping laws and decides to record a conversation of Gruden calling and saying, come on, man, what's up? What's going on? Stop this nonsense. And then he posts it on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, just airing out the dirty laundry for all the world to hear. And it's just a circle. It's a 3-ring circus show right now over the Raiders. I mean, it really is. It really is. It can't get any worse. And really, I mean, I got to thank Antonio Brown. I really do, because not only did he never play it down for the Raiders, but he left them in shambles. He left the Raiders worse off than when he got there, which is really hard to do for a 4-12 team. That's how bad things have gotten for the Oakland Raiders, and just a blessing for the rest of the AFC West, because this couldn't have happened to a better franchise. This is what happened when you get mesmerized by talent, and that's what Gruden is, and that's why yesterday in my video I called him an enabler, because that's what he is. He's enabling Antonio Brown to be Antonio Brown. And I don't know who wants him right now. I mean, in Denver, I wouldn't even touch Antonio Brown with a 30-foot pole to pay him $30 an hour, because that's how you got to pay this guy. You have to pay him by the hour. You can't pay him by the week or by the game or by the year, give him an extended contract. You have to pay Antonio Brown by the hour. I mean, you really do, because you never know if he's going to show up to work or if he's going to air out your business on social media. I mean, all the criticism that Mike Tomlin got for not being able to handle Antonio Brown, I think people got to take it all back, because Antonio Brown is an absolute, made a mockery out of the NFL. I mean, he really is. And it's just, I'm going to see, look, Antonio, I know you're unemployed right now, and I know that there's no NFL teams that want to touch you, and I know you didn't get that $30 million you was counting on. But I got a roofing crew out here that I think you might be able to get on. I mean, maybe you can roof fast. You said you was more than just a football player. Now prove it. Show us what else you can do other than football, because I don't think there's anything you can do other than football, Antonio Brown. I really don't. I don't even think you can be a normal human being, a normal citizen mixed in with the rest of us. You're headed straight to prison, cuz. You really are. You're in that bad a shape that you don't even realize. You're oblivious to what the rest of the world is making and living on. All of us are out here scrounging for pennies just so we can maybe make our mortgage payment and drive a decent car and have one vacation or two a year. You have no reality of what the rest of the world is like, and you're walking away from this kind of money just throwing the middle finger up at the Raiders on the way out the door. Just absolutely beautiful. This guy's a joke. Thanks for everybody joining the stream. I can barely see any of the comments that are coming through. I mean, I see a few of you there. I really got to squint because I'm just doing it on my iPad and I don't have my laptop here. But I appreciate it. I know y'all are probably laughing at the Raiders just as hard as I am. And it's just funny to watch the Raiders fans get all excited yesterday after, like, he came in and he apologized, guys, okay? He apologized to the team. He held his teammates' hands. The captains were up there with him. They apologized. They accepted his apology. Let's go. Let's go, Raiders. Let's just get back to playing football, and let's go into the O.co on Monday night and whoop these Broncos' ass. And now, 12 hours later, y'all are singing a completely different tune. We knew this was going to happen to you. We knew this was going to happen to you. Your coach, okay, that you're paying millions of dollars a year that you sign this 10-year, every decision he's made since he's been there, big decision, has been wrong because he's the one who wanted Antonio Brown. He's the one who wanted to trade Khalil Mack. He's the one that wanted to get rid of Amari Cooper. And you've lost on all three of those big deals, all of them. How long is it going to be before Mike Mayock has had enough? Before he's like, what in the hell have I got myself into? I had a nice cushy job just evaluating college talent and getting on TV and telling people where they were going to be drafted, what round, who should pick who next, with no ramifications if I'm wrong. I got a good job as a TV analyst, inside, air conditioned, got everything by the world, you know, and now I'm with this mockery of a team who is literally letting the team and certain players try to run the organization, throw an egg on Mark Davis's face. Do you know what Al Davis would have done to Antonio Brown? He would have chopped him into 100 pieces 4 months ago and shipped him to Zimbabwe. I mean, for real. Who's this guy going to get a job with? I mean, we need a punt returner so bad in Denver, I wouldn't even take Antonio Brown to return punts for us for free. Like, I don't even want him here. Nobody wants him. It's hilarious. And the Raiders now, I mean, you got to go sign a wide receiver. So let's talk about who is available for the Raiders. I mean, we got Kelvin Benjamin, who had an absolutely horrible year. I think the guy had 27 catches or 26 catches on 60 attempts last year for the Chiefs. And then you got Dez Bryant, right? They can't even get Doss because he's already signed with Jacksonville. I mean, there isn't a slim pickings out there for a wide receiver. It really is. Raiders got nobody to throw to, and you got one hell of a ferocious pass rush coming Monday night, Raiders. A ferocious pass rush, and no wide receiver that can get open, especially being covered by Chris Harris. There's nobody on your team that can get open against Chris Harris right now. Antonio Tenderfoot Brown wasn't even going to get open against Chris Harris. We've seen the bottom of his feet, and that might be why he's throwing all these antics, because he knows deep down in his heart he can't play. He knows his feet feel like they got a welding torch on them. They're scabbed over. They look like hell, and he wasn't going to make a whole season anyway. Raiders did one. I mean, this is the first smart move I ever seen the Raiders do, which was take away his guaranteed money. And there's no way genius Mark Davis or mesmerized by talent John Gruden thought up that whole scheme. Mike Mayock saved your ass, Oakland Raiders, because he's the one that said, let's take this money away from him. Let's make sure that it's not guaranteed because Antonio Brown don't deserve this money. He doesn't. Oh my gosh. So beautiful that this whole mockery, all of this happened just a handful of days before the first game on Monday Night Football. Couldn't have happened to a better team. Anyway, I just want to come in here and throw a little salt in the wound because you know Raiders fans would be doing the same thing to us if it happened to us. So, hey, you reap what you sow. You sign Richie Incognito and Vontaze Burfict and Antonio Brown on the same team, and don't think that one of them's not going to make a major screw up and cause a total sideshow in your franchise. You're delusional, and you deserve what you get. This is the OG Bronknut, 719 West. The Raiders, the autumn wind is a quitter. We'll see you Monday night, bitches. I'm out.